Welcome back to the IBSP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Skills versus power? Look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And Floyd Mayweather gave a recent interview and gave an assessment about Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson. And he states the biggest puncher at 135 will be Gervonta Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 will hands down be Shakur Stevenson. Now that's an interesting assessment, and I do think that Tank Davis is the most powerful fighter at the weight. I also think Shakur Stevenson is one of the most skillful fighters at the weight. Now, if I'm being honest and unbiased about it, I believe Vasyl Lomachenko is the most skillful fighter at 135 pounds. He's a certified world champion. He's a Hall of Famer. The man himself is literally, not ever getting the credit that he deserves. Tank Davis has ducked Vasyl Lomachenko all throughout his prime. Tank Davis has never wanted to fight with Vasyl Lomachenko. We've seen Vasyl Lomachenko beat Devin Haney and get robbed out of his decision. So at the end of the day, we know Vasyl Lomachenko is a proven elite fighter. He doesn't run from guys in a ring like Shakur Stevenson. He literally goes in there and fights balls to the wall. So I respect Vasyl Lomachenko, his footwork, his defense, his skill set, his offense, his IQ. Everything about Vasyl Lomachenko is almost or at an elite level. Now, when you look at a guy like Shakur Stevenson, the guy's an excellent fighter, highly talented, highly skilled, and I believe he can pick Tank Davis apart. I believe he beats Gervonta Tank Davis. I think he takes away Gervonta Tank Davis's power. Now, if Tank could land, he could knock out Shakur Stevenson. I don't see it happening for two reasons. For one, Tank Davis doesn't take challenges. He ducks and avoids the best competition and elite fighters. And if he does fight anybody noteworthy, he's going to put 3 or 4 clauses on them to make the fight non-competitive. So at the end of the day, I don't foresee this fight ever happening. And if it does happen, I got Shakur Stevenson outboxing Tank Davis for 12 rounds. Clearly. Now, one thing I will say that disgusts me about Shakur Stevenson is he gets to the point where he likes to run in the fights, and he's a runner, he's a track star. He likes to do that. That's the only thing that I'm disgusted with about a guy like Shakur Stevenson. I don't want to see you run around the ring. And when we talk about running around the ring, we're not talking about boxing tactics. We're talking about this man refusing to engage and literally running around the ring. That should not win rounds. Points should be deducted because that's not boxing. Now, one thing I will say is, even with all that being said, Shakur Stevenson beats Tank Davis, outboxing him any day of the week.